Hello. Hi, welcome to the 52-week money show. How are we doing? We are in week 12. Lucky, just confirm for me that you can hear me. Perfect. So, welcome to week 12. And in week 12, we are supposed to save in multiples of 12. So, if you are doing the 13,780 challenge, you are supposed to save 120 kwacha this week. And if you are doing the 137,800 challenge, you are supposed to save 1,200 kwacha this week. So this is an interesting week because for some people it's injury week and for other people it's pay week. So you know what we do during this week? We decide whether we are going to save in advance for some of the weeks that we know are going to be tough, or if we have not saved in the past couple of weeks because funds have been tough and this is your pay week, then this is the time to catch up. For those who are joining us for the first time, let me tell you about the 52-week money challenge. So the 52-week money challenge is an initiative by myself and Money FM. And what we do is we save in multiples of tens, hundreds, or thousands. And every week we are increasing the amounts that we are saving. Yes, it's tough, but it's not impossible. So what that means is that in week one, when we started the year, we were saving 10 kwacha. In week two, we saved 20 kwacha. In week three, we saved 30 kwacha. And currently, we are in week 12 of the year. So we have between now and Saturday to make sure that we have saved 120 kwacha if you're doing option one, or 1,200 kwacha if you are doing option two. So I'm personally doing option two, and I've broken it down where I save in multiples of 20s with a group of friends of mine, and then I save in multiples of 80 on my own. And what I found is that the 81 is tougher because I'm on my own, so there's not too much accountability apart from you guys who are always watching the show every week. But then the 20s one, I am more consistent because we have an administrator in that group who's always reminding us. And if you haven't saved, it just looks a little bit bad. So I would encourage you to find an accountability partner that you can ensure assists you as you are saving. A person who kind of tells you, you know what, you're slacking right now. So get it done because the week is about to end and then we start a new week. So it's getting tougher as we go because the amounts are increasing. And if you haven't planned for this, it can be very taxing. But if you plan, then it's something that's easier because you already know what you're supposed to set aside. So, in this week, if you are left behind, please make sure that you jump back on. And you can do this in two ways. Number one, you could just backtrack all the missing amounts that you haven't saved. And when you get paid, you save them. But if you have missed a number, you can just join us in this week and save your 120 kwacha and let's go from there. And at some other time when you can backtrack. So don't be left behind. If for any reason you have fallen off the bandwagon, jump right back in. Um, it's tough. We understand people are gonna fall off. Don't get discouraged. I think we all fall, including myself. But what matters the most is how you jump back in. So I would encourage you that if for any reason you have stopped saving, or you haven't saved in a couple of weeks, things were tough, or you got busy, you got overwhelmed, catch up. And if you can't catch up, just join back in this week so that at the end of the 52-week challenge, at the end of the year, there will be something that you have saved. Saving something is better than not saving. That brings me to the note that this week is Financial Literacy Week. So, Financial Literacy Week was launched on Tuesday. And the theme for this year is Plan Your Money, Plant Your Future. So if you plan, like we've been saying every single week, if you plan and you know what you're saving for, then you're actually planting your future. So a simple example, the fact that I've planned for the 52-week challenge and I'm always putting money in the savings account with the group on my own, that means I'm planning my money and I am planning how to save it how to invest it. If I'm participating in any of the other challenges, I'm also planning. But what I'm doing is that I'm planting my future, which means that at the end of the 52-week challenge, that is my money. I'm going to have access to it. And that is the near future. But plan your money is not just about planning for the near future. You could also plan for the next 5 years. You can plan for the next 10 years. You can plan for your children's education. So my son is turning 7 very soon. That's wild. But I can be planning for his university when he's 18, which means I will have about 10 to 11 years. So I can plan my money today and plan my future at the time that I need to pay for his school fees. Similarly, I can plan for my own retirement. Say I want to retire in 15 years, I can start to plan today. And that means that I'm planting for the sake of my future. So I really love this Financial Literacy Week's theme because it really covers everything. If you plan your money, you are planting your future. If you do not plan your money, then you know you're letting your future just happen to you, and that's like a very tough position to be. Exciting things happening this week. We have in the next 2 days, which is on the 25th of March, we have the financial clinic, the third financial clinic of the year, which is for shares. So we're going to be learning about shares. We're going to be learning about what they are, how they can help you, and how you can invest in shares. So if you have any questions on shares, please make sure that you sign up for this class. We will be closing sign-ups on Friday, which is tomorrow at 20. So you only have today and tomorrow to sign up. This is another way that you can plan your future. I shared sometime last week, I shared about the first time that I learned about shares. And I first learned about shares when I was 10 years old because my mother used to own shares. And when she passed on, one of the things that I inherited were her shares. So shares also give you generational wealth because they have dividends. When you receive dividends, you can use that and channel that to your 52-week money challenge or to any other projects. So shares are also a great way to plan for your money and plant your future because of the nature that they take. Over the long term, they keep growing and you can get capital growth. You can also get capital losses, but we'll go much deeper into that on the 25th of March. So make sure that you're signing up for the shares class. When you sign up for the shares class, it's 300 kwacha if you're signing up for one. But if you're signing up for three classes, it's 500 kwacha. But when you sign up, you get a free copy of the physical money challenges workbook. I think I have one with me here. So this is the physical copy. And I'm going to open it and just show you something interesting. So in this workbook, I explain how to invest in bonds and how to invest in shares very easily. I did it in the format of a conversation with my son. So investing in shares. So there is that topic which is investing in shares, and I did it in form of a conversation with my son, which makes it easier because if a 6-year-old at the time could understand what shares are, then every person, whether you're in finance or not, can understand. So I would encourage you to come for the class, but the class might also be a little bit more technical. It comes with a free workbook. So then you can read the workbook. You can read it yourself and understand what shares are and how to invest in shares and how to invest in bonds. And you can also give it to your children, those that are of reading age, which is about 5 years old and above, and they can also understand how to invest in shares and how to invest in bonds. So I think this is a great opportunity, and I would like to see as many people as possible taking advantage of that opportunity. So just to reiterate, we are in week 12. We have the financial clinic on the 25th of March, which starts at 10 a.m. It's 300 kwacha per person. And the topic that we'll be talking about is investing in shares. And we are in week 12 of the 52-week money challenge. What that means is that this week we are saving in multiples of 12. So we are saving 120 kwacha if you're doing option one. We are saving 1,200 kwacha if you're doing option two, which is the 137,800 kwacha challenge. And we are saving, oh, what's the amount? 12,000 kwacha if you want to make like a million kwacha at the end of the year. And if you have jumped off the bandwagon, I would encourage you to jump back in. And I look forward to interacting with you. So at the moment, Lucky, let me know if we have any comments that I need to address. Do we have any? Okay. Doreen Chembetembo says, "Hey, we are still together in the challenge." Amazing. Well done, Doreen. Let's keep going. Let's keep encouraging each other. These are the things that help us keep going when it gets tough. The fact that we are together in this challenge and you're not doing it alone. Pretty Munalula says, we're still not giving up. We've saved in advance up to week 16. Wow, well done. These past 2 weeks have been tough, but saving in advance helps a lot. Can't wait for the class on Saturday on shares. Thank you, Pretty. Pretty, you were in the class last month on budgeting and you've got your book. You gave me some great feedback about the book, and I look forward to seeing you in the class on Saturday. Do we have other comments? John Munenga says, very impressive. How you doing? I'm doing great. I'm a little bit tired, but I'm doing great. I can't wait for the weekend. Um, if we have no other comments, this is great. So just a reminder, let's make sure that we save even before we go and watch soccer and spend our money on soccer today. We're all rooting for Zambia. Before we bet, those of us who bet, let's make sure that we are saving, we are investing, we are planning our future, we are planning our money and planting our future. So a reminder, we have the financial clinic on Saturday at 10 a.m. Make sure that you sign up, and I will see you on Saturday. And after that, I will see you next week, same time, Thursday, 13:30 to 13:45 on the 52-week money challenge with myself and Money FM. Have a great day.